I do want to say that we have a new product.
Oh.
It is the Mug of Cheer.
I love the Mug of Cheer.
Do you?
Well, I hope I'm not the only one that gets it. I was like, mug! Yeah.
And it was funny because my daughter, she's like, Mom, I want one of those Mugs of Cheer.
Yeah.
And I go, you do? I go, is it cute? She goes, I must have one. I'm like, okay, good. So it's cute.
It's cute.
It's a good mug.
It's very cute.
Get your Mug of Cheer because they're limited. They're not going to be around forever. And we will be getting ours, of course.
They're so cute.
They're so cute.
Love, love, love.
So anyway, get that. Link is in the bio of literally any social media that you can find.
Yeah.
Welcome to The Ugly Truth. This is episode 551.
It's not fine.
See? You're fine. You're eating your gummy pastille.
I'm eating my voice pastille.
Welcome to The Ugly Truth. Okay, so it is, we're going into the holiday season. And
It is the holiday season.
Stephanie had an incredible suggestion that we do a cocktail of the week. We've talked about it kind of, but Daryl is really into creating...
I don't think we've ever really talked about it because the times that he's made us drinks, it's usually when we're just being social. Yeah,
Right.
like hanging out.
Well, in general, before the show or even when no one's here, if I say, oh, I kind of want a nightcap, Daryl goes, all right, let's see. He puts his hands together. He's like, what do we got? What are we feeling like? You know, and he'll go through into his elixirs and create some concoction.
The Mai Tais, the Disneyland Mai Tais we had, that's where he got me. I was like,
the rum.
I don't know if it was, maybe, yeah, but I mean, they were just so good. I'm like, I easily, we pounded 3 of those.
We did. Like it was nothing.
Nothing.
To the
and
point,
I wanted to, he was like, does anybody else want another? I'm like, I guess I better not. It's almost midnight.
My son is here. In fact, he spent the night that night.
Yeah, but that's not why. But yes.
I know. But anyway, my point is yet a couple of weeks ago, you're like, I think we should have a cocktail of the week. I think it'd be amazing. I'm like, you know what? I 100% agree with you. And Daryl was like, I am all in.
Yeah.
And so today,
I thought it'd be good for the show, but at the same time, I'm not going to lie. It was totally selfish. I'm like,
course.
I will get to try something new
every time I
go to the Meyer
house. So the only thing is, the caveat is no whiskey.
Well, I'm not a huge fan.
No, so anything we're going to have...
I'm open to be convinced.
Everything we're going to have on the show will not be whiskey. It'll be rum, vodka, gin, whatever.
If it was something really expensive from afar that you guys had ordered, and it was like,
sure,
you can't get this anywhere but Turkey, and we got some, and it's
there
limited, I would try it.
Okay, so hello, producer Dub. Please come in.
Hello.
Hello. So here's our very first cocktail. What is this gorgeousness?
Well, I decided to kind of go. I decided to kind of start easy in the sense that, one, it's pomegranate.
Oh, yeah.
And that's holiday, very holiday.
Love.
And two, in celebration of your mutual love for Sex and the City, it is a Cosmo.
Yes.
So this is a pomegranate cosmopolitan.
Okay.
Now, everyone, it's in a martini glass. It's
chilled.
red. It's chilled martini glass. It's red, I would say.
I'm gonna post photos with this with the recipe.
Did you take a picture?
I will take a. I did
before we drink.
I did.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's got an orange twist in it.
Cheers.
I had to smell it, sorry.
There's an orange and a lemon twist, and actually a little bit of, be careful, there are little tiny pomegranate seeds in there too, so don't chug it.
I was just about to.
Oh my God, this is so freaking good.
Right. It's
and
good,
dangerous.
Right?
It makes my cheeks do the thing, you know?
It should have a little tartness to it.
You hate it?
I love it.
Oh,
I literally want to drink it like a shot.
So do I. I'm like, this is like a.
She said small. I'm like, not this small.
I'm like, this is like tastes like a Skittle.
It does? Well, you know, I'm going through a pomegranate phase right now.
In a good way. It's very delicious.
It's delicious.
The problem that you don't taste any kind of alcohol is so good. What?
So it's got, obviously, pomegranate. 100%, don't use sweetened. Use 100% pomegranate juice. It's got, obviously, vodka in it. I use Tito's. I think Tito's is super clean and anybody can use it.
Thing, yeah.
So there's Tito's in it and pomegranate juice in it. And then there's a little Cointreau, a little simple syrup.
Okay, so it's
some
sweet.
Twists. And so it's got a sweet and bitterness of the pomegranate to it a little bit. But that's why you can't use sweetened pomegranate like juice.
It'd be overly sweet.
Because it would be too sweet. Or you could use it and then dump the simple syrup. Don't use the simple syrup. So
I mean,
one other way you can make it a little more holiday that I didn't do is to use maple syrup instead of simple syrup.
So
that would do a little more holiday-ish.
A dark molassesy taste.
Well, and there's a brown sugar, so you can make simple syrup, but if you make it with brown sugar,
oh, what's that called again?
it starts with a D. I can never Di Murano, something like that.
Yeah, okay.
That's not it, but yes, but it's basically brown sugar simple syrup instead of white sugar. But this is just straight simple syrup. Cointreau gives it a little orange. Lemon juice is in there as well, so I'm glad you like it.
I love it.
It is delicious. Thank you.
Okay.
Highly recommend. I'm assuming we'll
post the recipe and the photos when the show drops.
You must make. Thank you. Oh my God.
Cocktail of the show is a winner. Cheers again.
Oh my God, I had to do it.
You think this is too small of a cocktail?
No, it's just so good.
No.
It's definitely not too small. I mean, this was perfect. You could have this like your signature drink if you're going to have like a Christmas party or something. God. Oh my God. You could almost, I mean, it's beautiful in the glass.
It is a beautiful drink too.
But I could see this being in like a punch bowl.
You know what? I told Daryl the other day.
With an ice ring that had like oranges frozen inside of it. Or pomegranate seeds and oranges in it.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Would that not be delish? I know.
So delicious.
The only problem is your guest would be hammered.
You have to really like your guests if you're going to do that too.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
because you don't want a bunch of drunk assholes at your party.
No. Word. That's why they don't let us drink on flights anymore, you assholes.
Forever.
I know.
Forever.
It's literally like the only thing that gets me through a flight. And now
Same.
I have to like
you have to power drink at the bar if you can get there on time.
And that's the thing is like I don't like doing that.
I hate
I've
doing
done
that.
it one time. I had a layover. Oh my God. It was the worst mistake of my life. I was
horrible.
Hungover by noon. I mean, because my flight was at like 6 and it got delayed because of fog. And then I did crown rollovers until like 11.
And the thing is you can't even bring it with you. Like you can't even smuggle any on board.
These are dangerous.
I know. Aren't they good? My tummy feels good right now.
Well, this is like totally my kind of drink.
Exactly.
I know you're not a sweet necessarily.
Oh no, I love this.
Do you?
Oh, hell
well, I mean, anybody would love this, but I mean, you don't generally migrate to the sweet. You like, well, I don't know.
No, I do.
Well, you love champagne.
Oh, God, I do. But I love all cocktails. I love gin and tonics. I love old fashions. I love
not sweet.
Manhattan. They are actually.
They can be.
Yeah, the way Daryl makes mine.
I was about to say,
sweeter.
don't you like yours with like a cherry in it or something like
double
that?
cherries?
Yeah.
Yes, they're so good. But yeah, no, there's actually the only cocktails I really don't like is I hate anything that's overly citrusy.
Yeah, you told me.
That's mainly it, and it's why I struggle with martinis.
Oh,
I struggle.
Citrusy?
Regular martinis usually have a twist. I just think taste like pure alcohol to me. I can't.
I drink mine with olives or onions because
onion would be good.
I love the savory part.
Yeah, you know, Daryl and I experimented with martinis for a few weeks, and we just could not. We tried everything. I know. So we have to continue trying. We bought that huge bottle of Belvedere.
Is it gin?
No, it's vodka.
Oh, vodka.
And so I said, well, now we have to experiment, and we've got to find a martini.
Well, vodka's very universal. You can do it for many things.
Exactly. So. And we'll use it. We'll totally use it. So I'm not even worried about it. But the holidays are upon us.
I know.
So now we get to have cocktails when we do our show and not feel bad about it. I mean, we could always, but I mean, when the summer comes, I'm literally thinking margaritas.
I mean, something.
You know?
Or like lately I've been going through like a beer phase, but
really?
Not a lot, but like, you know, just I'm looking for something specific that I've not yet found. Oh. I like blonde beers, and I do like a little citrus in mine because it cuts the bite for me.
Well, beer is different, for sure. And there is a couple that, you know, Daryl is Mr. IPA or whatever.
And so is Tyler, right?
Yes. There is, they always know, and I say, look, I don't like anything that tastes soapy. I hate that soapy beer.
Yeah, I just don't like that bitter.
But they're like, oh, then you want a blonde, blah, 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 or whatever. And then there was a Mexican IPA that I had.
I love Mexican beer.
At Pangea. Oh, we do too.
Love it.
I think it was at Pangea. They had it on tap, and it was delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's 5%. I mean, it's not ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can't drink a lot of beer. Even if I wanted to. Like, I really can't do more than like one or
Craft
two.
beer, I maybe can do two. Although I have to tell you,
full.
I have to tell you, my favorite buzz is beer buzz. By far.
Yeah.
By far. I'm so happy.
I think my problem is that I can't usually just stick to beer.
You move on.
I move on. And then that is a bad combination because beer,
always.
malt vinegar, malt alcohol or whatever you call it with like anything regular else is just never a good combo.
One of my worst hangovers I ever had was I had Mickey's Big Mouth on tap.
Oh, but it is good.
I had several.
Oh, God.
And then I ended up having sake.
Ew.
And ate a ton of popcorn.
Suck it to me, baby.
Exactly. And then I had a ton of popcorn trying to go, you know what, I probably should eat something. So I ate a bunch of popcorn.
So did you throw up popcorn?
Oh, yeah. 100%. A lot of it. I'm like, wow, I ate a lot of popcorn. It was in the toilet. It looks weird too.
Ew, I don't look.
Oh, you don't?
Never.
When I throw up,
because it makes it worse.
When I My eyes are wide open.
I can't do it.
And they bulge.
I close my eyes on purpose, and I leave them closed until I reach up and feel with my eyes closed and flush the toilet.
I will say that I will.
And
do
I
this.
can't breathe either because of the smell. I just can't.
So for me, if I really know I need to throw up and I just can't seem to get over the hump to do it, I will look in the toilet.
That'll make you throw up.
Pre-toilet.
Smelling toilet water.
Well, I'll look in there thinking about what goes on in that toilet.
Oh, no.
Is all it takes.
See, to me,
That's
it's
all
just
it takes.
if I breathe through my nose and toilet water. I mean, I'm not saying like my toilet's clean.
It's potable though.
Well, yeah,
You wouldn't drink it unless you were dying.
No. You wouldn't drink it, but I'm just saying like the smell of the cold porcelain and maybe a faint smell of bleach, hopefully, or whatever.
The only time we've ever smelled toilet that deep in a bowl is because we're going to vomit.
Honestly.
It's going to tell you, oh, this is where we throw up.
And you know what? I have told myself, I'm like, you know what? Just be grateful that you're at your own home and that you are throwing up in the toilet because you could be in some random place throwing up in a bush.
Oh my God.
On
Been
grass.
there, done that.
Yes. Or in a car. You know, I mean, I'll never forget the time I was pregnant with Jeff and I was driving to school. I was driving to work. And I was in bumper-to-bumper traffic. I pulled off of the freeway and right in front of the corporate headquarters for SMUD.
Oh, God.
Which is huge.
I know exactly where you are.
And it was 7:30 in the morning. There were people
Everyone coming to work. Everyone coming to work.
Walking and driving. And they were
little...
everywhere. And I was trying really hard to get to either like a parking lot. And it took everything in me even to get off the freeway. And I literally had to open the door at a stoplight in front of God and everybody. I mean, everybody. And threw up on the street. And I know everyone was looking at me. And I'm like, I felt like I'm pregnant. You know, I mean, it was literally worst.
Very rarely is a woman doing that because she's hungover.
Like, I've seen guys do it.
I have too, actually. I'm like, wow, okay. My pregnancy story like that was... I had this weird insatiable craving for raspberries when I was pregnant with Malia. I couldn't get enough.
That's so you.
I would eat like a double clamshell of raspberries in one sitting. I'm like, oh, these are so delicious. And I love the way they tasted and the way they felt in my mouth. They were just so good. Every single time I threw them up. Every time.
You know what? Because you can't, no matter, even though something tastes delicious, it doesn't matter what it is, even if it's a healthy food, like a raspberry.
Sure.
Too much of anything will cause you discomfort.
So I had so Daryl goes, we need to find a way for you to have this without you making yourself sick every time. So Trader Joe's has those pure fruit popsicles.
Oh, perfect.
And they just puree fruit and sell it. And then
they're so
freeze
good.
it. And they're very good and they're hearty.
I love them.
So I ate one and then we had to go do some errands. So it worked for a minute, but then I'm like, I don't feel very good. We had to pull over. It was a Sunday, and it was on Hazel Avenue, which is a very busy...
like, oh, it's a raspberry puke.
Exactly. So I said, you need to pull over now, right now. And he's like, oh my God. So he pulls over in the middle of Hazel, pulls over right in front of a church parking lot, full of churchgoers, because it's Sunday morning. And they're getting out of church. I pull over and I just throw up all over the church parking lot. And I mean, it was like I was throwing up blood. I'm sure these poor church people thought I was some kind of Satanist.
Oh my God.
No. Throwing up in their parking lot. And who knew? But I mean, I was on my knees. No. It was so bad. It was so bad. I'm like, I'm sorry.
It's the worst thing. I think I saw somebody's door fly open in front of me, and as their head was coming out, I knew what was going to happen, and I literally was like, no! Like, I didn't want to see it because I didn't want to puke. Because I have such a terrible gag reflex.
Yes, you do.
That even watching another person throw up will make me throw up. So I literally was like closing my eyes, like, and hoping that I opened them in time that they were finished, and they were. But
thank God.
But yeah,
good Lord,
horrible.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Producer Deb.
I can't wait for the next show. I'm so glad that you told him about it. And
oh my God,
liked it.
He's like, when can we start? Stephanie, when I tell you this man has been doing research for 2 weeks, he's been doing research for 2 weeks.
It paid off because this is everything and then some.
Well, first he's like, oh, well, I'm going to make 2 and you guys can compare. And I'm like, I have to be somewhere after this show.
Right,
I can't have 2. Maybe next time.
If we recorded on like a Friday night or a Saturday, that would be awesome.
If we can, we will get hammered for sure. But this time,
as long as we can still articulate our words.
Even though we're recording it and people listening, I hope they would think this is a great idea. But wouldn't it be fun if the last show of the year was all three of us and we were just drinking?
Yes.
And okay.
Oh my God, I would love that.
We'll do a Christmas party episode.
Definitely.
It'd be super fun. So we'll do
so
that.
much fun.
That'll be something to look forward to. Anyway,
yeah, absolutely.
Really quick, there's so much that has happened.
I know, right?
So much that has happened, and I don't even know where to begin. Except we'll talk briefly because there's not much to talk about yet. Britney Spears is free.
I was so happy. I knew it was going to happen, but it was just such a relief.
Well, what's weird is now it's like she's legitimately not beholden to anybody. So it's like she's still acting like she's a little in it, but she went out to dinner.
It'll take time.
She's like, I had my first glass of champagne. I'm like, oh my God, I can't even imagine. It must be so amazing.
I mean, so many things, like just going shopping and having your own credit card.
She went, exactly. Well, apparently they're in the process now of transferring everything into her name. She has an accountant, she has an attorney, and that whole part of it is not even over yet.
I mean, I just can't believe that she didn't have stuff in her own name. It's like, this is all her own money. Like everything. It's just so...
And it's been said before, but if she had her own team in place, this woman would be a billionaire.
I know.
She's got... Well, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
She will get there.
I hope so. I'd love to see her perform again.
I'm really happy to hear that she wants to maintain her therapy and medication. That is huge.
She has to. Well, I hope she realizes that she never wants to be in this position again.
She has... Well, I mean, Stephanie.
I'm not saying she ever deserved it. I'm just saying, if I were her, I'd be a little on the paranoid side, and I'd be like, you know what? Never again will you people ever be in a position to do this to me.
I hope that she relies heavily on this attorney to help her assemble a true team that can assist.
Well, she's never denied having some mental health. There's nothing wrong with that.
Everybody has something.
Everyone does. So
but this was an overreaction to a bad time.
I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying she's not in denial.
No,
she's not one of those people like Kanye West who's going to be like, I'm not medicating myself.
Right.
I'm not doing anything.
Right.
I think she's very self-aware.
I hope
for her own sake.
I really hope that her family pays dearly for this. And what that means basically is they're not going to have access to her anymore.
Right.
And that's going to be the punishment.
She's really angry.
She should be. She has every right. The things that I've heard that they have done to her sister and her dad are the worst. I can't imagine doing that to you. I can't imagine.
You wouldn't.
Never.
It takes a special kind of asshole to do what her family did to her.
I have to agree.
It really does. And you know what? Money is it is the root of so much evil for some people. Yes. I'm telling you.
Well, when you never had it and then you have it.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what? There's been a lot of people in life who've achieved success later on or whatever and don't turn on their family like piranhas.
It's true.
And devour them and do what they did.
It's insane what they were doing.
I mean, the selfishness is beyond, I can't even comprehend.
It's crazy. So anyway, I think it's a little sad that she won't have that support system, but they were never really a support system, even when she was a child. So I think that is what's going to feel so weird, is not having anybody trying to manipulate or control her for any part of her career.
Yes.
She's eliminated all those people.
She has to cut those people out.
They're all gone.
Yeah, and she had to, because if she didn't, they were not going to stop. They never would have stopped.
They would have killed her.
Conservatorship or no.
No, yeah.
They would not have stopped had she said, okay, you know what, the conservatorship is over.
Giving her complete control over her life, she's never had it. So it'll be really interesting. I think it's going to take a long time for her to really understand what that means.
Yeah. But like you said, she has a great team, and I think that,
so excited for her.
If I were anybody working for Britney Spears at this point, I certainly wouldn't want to be on the other side of that coin and be like, yes, I was one of the ones who took advantage of her, or, I mean, at this point, I would
attorney,
be like...
her old attorney...
Oh, God, I know.
That guy's going to get disbarred.
I hope so.
I think he will. He was a horrible person.
I'd like to know the person who's going to hire him.
He works... Oh, God. I just can't wait to see it all fall apart.
Mob, maybe.
I can't wait for them to see it. I can't wait. No, he's not trustworthy. No,
I agree. Yeah, you're right.
Even the mob won't have him.
Yeah, you're right. They're all about loyalty.
The other thing is, I know that you're not into it as much, and it's because you had one daughter, and I have three who are just a little younger than your daughter, but they are obsessed with Taylor Swift.
Oh, I love her.
Okay, so did you happen to watch
SNL?
Well, yes, but did you watch the 10-minute film for All Too Well?
No.
Oh my God.
I thought you were going to talk about the SNL thing that she was...
Well, she sang the version. She sang it and the film played behind her.
Oh, okay.
But Taylor Swift released... everybody in the world knows this, but Taylor re-released Red because, as we all know, Scooter Braun
stole her. Well,
he wouldn't let her buy her masters.
Right.
And so because she had creative ownership of it, she just re-recorded everything.
Right.
So Red came out like couple weeks ago.
Okay. Yep.
I listened to it. It has a bunch of cuts that never were part of the album because they were cut before. So they're all on there.
Yeah.
It's an amazing. Oh my god! And the new versions are so much better. They're so much better. They're not exactly the same.
No, they can't be. But I mean, now she's sang them 6 billion times,
and her voice has gotten better.
That's good.
Which is even better.
Yeah.
So anyway, she does a 10-minute version of All Too Well. Now most people know that most of this album is about Jake Gyllenhaal, and
which he's so ugly. I don't even get it. But
well, and what I didn't realize that there was a vast age difference. She was 20, he was 30.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on. But the thing is this is just Taylor's version of what happened to her when she broke up with him. And what I really have to appreciate, and I don't know if you can, so I was going to ask you. I have had my heart broken where I didn't do anything wrong, where it literally took me down to my knees. Like, I literally didn't think I would recover. I was broken.
It feels like death.
It does feel like death. Yeah. And so in that aspect, I'm like listening to this going, God, I've been there. I can't believe I relate to this.
She broke up with him?
No, he broke up with her.
Oh, I was about to say, why was she so heartbroken if she broke up with him?
Well, everybody was trying to indicate that he took her virginity. I'm like, no, she was dating John Mayer before. Yeah. There is no fucking way that dude left her pure.
She was not a virgin.
No.
Yeah.
And when you listen to the shit that she wrote about John Mayer, no, my friend, she was not a virgin when she entered that.
Not had a relationship with Jesus.
He is the '90s version of Pete Davidson, Stephanie.
Seriously,
he literally fucked every hot girl in the '90s.
You know, he's pretty hot. I agree.
He's cute.
He's not like. I mean, Jesus, Pete Davidson is like. I mean, we all know.
Yes,
but
he looks like somebody's Ken doll that's been written on.
I mean, honestly. But I do fully understand why women find him attractive, and I get it. And all the women say the same thing. So for John Mayer, you know, he's not my type.
No.
But he's attractive, you know.
He likes them boobs.
Does he? Is that his thing?
Well, what was funny is when he was dating Taylor Swift, I remember very vividly, there was you or Paula or somebody, I'm like, crazy that he's dating Taylor Swift. She has literally no body. She's like a child compared to Jessica Simpson and Jennifer Love Hewitt.
She always looks so awkward on stage when she's performing.
She's very tall and thin. She's like a model.
And she just doesn't have, she's just not... She has no game.
Not physically in that
As far as like her dancing and stuff. Like
sure.
She's clearly a performer.
Oh my God.
She definitely,
so good.
So good.
But sexuality is not what you think.
I don't think it was natural for her. I think she's had to learn it, and I think she has worked with many very talented choreographers.
Well, if you get an opportunity, it's on YouTube.
And it's good, right?
It's so good.
Well, I love her. I love her music. And
oh my
I
God.
love her.
And so now what's funny is the next album that she will release is, I believe, 1989. Or maybe there's another one, but anyway, it's the Harry Styles album.
Oh, love!
And I can't wait. I'm like,
oh my God! So I was perusing someone's Facebook the other day, and they were friends with Kelly Brothers. He is a local. Yeah. He used to be on TV. Yes. Now he's on radio. But I love Kelly Brothers. I do too. Mm-hmm. And so I clicked on his profile to see what was public and see what I could see, and I was just curious. And he recently took his 17-year-old, I believe she is,
to see Harry.
Mm-hmm. And he was like, you know, he was so thrilled that she wanted him to come, or that she let him come.
Sure.
As an adult dad, I get it.
Of course.
So she was like, Dad, what are you going to wear? And he's like, well, I didn't have anything particularly planned, you know.
I was just going to wear dad jeans and comfortable shoes.
Right? And she's like, no, Dad, you have to wear. So she gave him a sparkly shirt and a green feather boa.
Did he do it?
And he said, sure. So he did it. And she goes, I'll bet you Harry Styles picks you out.
And?
He did. And it's on video.
Awesome.
And it's on TikTok.
Oh my God.
And so it's amazing. And I watched it, and it was so cute. And
she was so cute.
The daughter was so tickled.
Oh my God. She'll never forget it for the rest of her life.
And, you know, it probably doesn't hurt the fact that her dad is somebody in the public.
Yeah.
And so, because they were... Like practically front row. They were like right there.
It's not like Harry would know that though.
No, he doesn't know it at all. In fact, he was like, "What about this guy in the green boa?" He's like, "Should we trade shirts?" He was like talking about trading shirts and stuff like that.
And then his daughter like, "Please take the shirt."
She was probably dying. Yeah, but I was admiring because Harry is that guy has style. I mean, I don't know anyone else who could pull off a pastel sparkly blouse.
Stephanie, he's so
with
amazing.
Platform shoes.
Somebody posted something the other day.
And I didn't know he was English. He started talking to Kelly Brothers. I was like, he's English? I was like, oh wait, did I know that?
That's so funny. Well, he was in
double cute.
He was in One Direction or whatever that boy band. That's how he got his start. But anyway, No, somebody posted something, somebody my age posted something about, and they posted all these people. It's like, I don't know why you people are so against trans and LGBT community when these were your idols. And they showed Grace Jones.
Right.
They showed
David Bowie.
Boy George. David Bowie. All these people. And I'm like, yeah, androgyny used to be pretty fucking hot. What happened to you assholes? Because this is who we loved. We all listened to these people.
I agree.
And a couple of people
That's very true.
yeah, what happened? Because this has been around forever.
I don't know what. Yeah.
It's so stupid. It's like you would think of anybody, we'd be like, fucking A, I loved Boy George.
Right, totally.
Or
Who
whatever.
didn't? No, we did love Boy George in the 80s.
I did.
Yeah.
I mean, I always thought he was. I just was like, God, what's with the makeup, man? Can you do a better job? But he had a killer eye. The eye was great, but I always thought he was.
Well, he looks much better now. I will tell you.
Does he wear makeup now still?
Oh God, yes. Well, so
does he have like the super white like?
No.
Okay,
I will say
that's what I didn't like.
Maturity and money have definitely helped him.
Thank God.
Yes.
Good.
He is best friends with. I know that Daryl will hate this, but
what?
Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Dorit Kemsley.
Really?
She's married to this guy named PK.
Seriously?
He is a producer. He's in the entertainment business. Her husband is.
And so they're BFFs?
And they are literally BFFs.
That's awesome.
Like, they go everywhere. They travel together. He goes to England and they visit. They do family events. And
this is why I love hearing things like this.
Yeah.
Because the media gets it so wrong.
Oh my God.
The shit that we don't know about.
He's cameoed on the show many times.
Yeah.
And he's looks amazing. I mean, I don't know how old he is, but he looks absolutely amazing. But he's still totally the Boy George thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he just looks way better now,
and he has a really good voice.
He does. In fact, she had a party that they filmed for the show, and where she had all her friends over, and nobody knew. And Boy George and the Culture Club performed.
Culture Club came out
for the show for her party.
If that
in
happened,
her home, everybody was freaking out.
I would have been freaking out.
They were all like, ah! They were all like, it's all these like 40, 50-year-olds.
I loved you when I was 15.
They loved her.
Or whatever.
Loved him.
That's hilarious. Okay, and then the other thing, and I don't know if you've heard it, I've listened to it a few times. Jessica Simpson released a single.
I listened to it.
Do you like it?
Well, I listened to it on Instagram. She posted
it's a remake.
I was so impressed at how good her voice was.
Me too.
I was so
my God.
And the song is good. I need to listen to the whole song because what she posted on Instagram was like 40 seconds.
Okay, so I downloaded it on iHeart and I added it to my girl playlist. I have a girl playlist.
Oh yeah, I do too.
It's called Badass Bitch or something like that. Anyway, so I listened to it a few times. I'm like, okay, one thing I have to say is her voice has matured. It's better. So good.
I'm hoping that
she's eliminated that breathy thing that she used to do.
Well, she was very young.
Very her conviction when she sings is legit. I just thought it was so good.
She's legit talented. Like I can't remember. I'm like, okay,
she is.
I loved her Sweetest Sin album. I don't know, was that what it was called?
Look,
In the Skin,
Stephanie,
I think it was called.
I own every single album.
Do you?
Yes.
Well, that is still one of my favorites.
I love her.
I still go back and listen to it.
I love her.
Yeah, I try not to remember the fact that half those songs were written about Nick Lachey, only because she hates that.
They can transcend.
I mean, they do,
probably
but
won't sing
they're
it now.
so personal.
They are.
She talks about losing her virginity. I mean, they're very, very personal songs.
True story.
But if I didn't know any of that, I would still love them, and because I love the songs. So I was so relieved to hear her. I was almost afraid. I kind of scrolled by it a couple times because I was like, I don't know if I want to hear it. But I was also thinking to myself when I did hear it and how good it was, I was like, you know what? She has so much damn money now compared to back then.
Yes.
Those were her first albums. Nobody, they spent money,
but they told her what to sing. They told her who to work with.
Exactly. Now she can hire anybody
she can do whatever she wants.
And she probably did.
Fucking love it.
I think she's probably been planning this for a while. And the last thing she wants to do is record music people are going to make fun of. So
which they used to.
Absolutely. So I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to work with the best voice coach for a year, 2 years, however long it took her. And it paid off.
She's amazing, and I'm such a fan. Well,
she's so beautiful.
What's interesting about this last half of the year, which I don't know if you feel this way. We're kind of girl power. We're pretty big on girl
very
power.
much so. I love powerful women.
All of a sudden, it seems like, with the exception of Texas and their horrible abortion law, this is like turning into we're going into a year of the woman. What'd you eat?
A seed.
It's the pomegranates.
Can I chew it?
They're pomegranate seeds. Of course you can.
Oh, it's hard.
Well, yeah, because they're in there. Stephanie, I have to...
It just slipped by.
I'm going to dump this down.
I was doing a good job of filtering them out.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to pull these little twisties out, and I'm going to put this down my gullet because I know they're full of alcohol. And it's going to be delicious. Don't spit it out.
It reminded me of like a seagull or something. She's like, mine? Down my gullet.
Mine?
Down my gullet.
Oh, you rat with wings!
Well, that was so good. I was literally trying not to drink it because I didn't want to be like a lush, but I'm like,
I beat you.
That's what I was waiting. I'm like, when she finishes,
I'm gonna let her down, and I'm gonna shoot the rest. Oh God. Anyway, so yeah, good. No, it seems to be like women are coming into full power mode right now, and I'm kind of hoping that next year is like we're gonna continue with it because it's like,
why not?
Yeah,
it's our time.
Well, it's always our time.
But how long have we had to watch, white males get rich and famous in the entertainment industry?
Yeah, well,
I'm over it.
Stuff has shifted, and I'm all in. I'm ready for some legitimate, real female power, and that includes politics, entertainment, music, podcasting.
Yes.
All of it.
For sure.
All of it. So I am living for all of these women our age who are coming into their own again and suddenly going, oh, by the way, I didn't go anywhere, assholes. Well, Taylor Swift's younger than us, but still.
Very much so.
Still. Well, she's almost 30. But
God,
I'm just saying.
She's ancient. No, I was watching, I have a guilty pleasure. Well, I have many. One of my guilty pleasures is I DVR reruns of The Love Boat. Don't ask me why.
Love Boat.
I don't. There's just something about it. The show is all about, every episode is filmed. It's kind of like a cameo, every one, because they have random celebrities who are part of the storylines on the ship. And so I was watching it, and I'm like, oh my God, Pinky Tuscadero was.
Oh my God.
I know. And I don't know. So I Googled her. This is what happens.
What is she doing?
She's still alive, but she's basically crazy. And has always been crazy.
She was crazy back then,
She was crazy. That's why they cut her out of the show.
Oh.
She only appeared on, I want to say 3 or 4 episodes.
Of Happy Days.
Uh-huh. And because she was supposed to be Fonzie's long-term girlfriend. She was supposed to be on the show. That was a character they were writing in for the long haul.
But she was not.
She couldn't get along with anybody. She's a fighter, like a fist fighter.
Is she bipolar? Or is she
they didn't really say. I don't think she got famous enough for anybody to really explore that to why she's that way. But
she's really lucky then.
Now she's old, and she was arrested as recently as 2002 for
for what?
For beating, chasing after a woman at the grocery store and using her cane to hit the car.
Well, that sounds interesting. How ironic.
I thought it was funny. And she had been arrested once before, 10 years prior to that. So even in her elderly, golden age, she's still wreaking havoc. So obviously she has an issue. But I went down the whole rabbit hole of starting to, once you Wikipedia one old celebrity.
Oh, you have to look at them all.
All these people were getting, what about her? What about Anson? What's that guy named that was Potsy?
Anson Williams?
Yes, and who they're married to. It's amazing some of these people they're married to are famous. Or they were somebody's mom or sister or whatever. And I'm like, Jesus. I mean, the ugliest guy, Ralph Macchio. What was that guy's name? Ralph Mouth. He is married to the most beautiful woman.
What is his real name? Donnie Most.
Thank you.
It's Donald.
God, how do you remember?
It's Donald now. Oh, you know why? Because Family Guy uses Happy Days quite a bit. And
do they?
Yeah, well, I'm a huge fan of Seth MacFarlane. So we're literally the same age. So he pulls from all the shit from our childhood.
Right. Well, no wonder.
There was a whole scene about Donnie Most coming out of the swamp, and he goes, "It's Donald now," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I'll never forget.
Right. Yeah. Very interesting.
Wow.
I did that for an hour the other night.
Well, speaking of TV. Sister Wives. Now, when we recorded, we do bank our episodes sometimes because schedules are what they are.
Right.
We did talk about Sister Wives a little bit, but of course, the second we turned off the mic, Christine Brown decided to announce to the world that she's officially leaving the marriage and that she has moved to Utah.
She's done.
She's living there. She is done.
How lovely that she didn't actually have to get divorced.
Right?
All she has to do is leave.
She's done.
She's literally
walks out. And they had untangled. Now, I think that this has been in the works for a while because they untangled their financial mess almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
She owned the home she owned her own home without him on the property. So I think this is something that she's either been planning or that it's been in the works for a while. I don't think that she had any intention of leaving when they filmed during COVID.
No.
It seemed pretty clear that she wanted the family to go to Utah with her.
Yeah.
And they're just like, we don't even acknowledge your
that's
opinion.
Not even a possibility.
We're not leaving this land. We love it here, whatever. So the fact that she finally said bye. I mean, first of all, everyone's celebrating. She's never looked better.
For her, yeah.
And the fact that, so I am on the subreddit Sister Wives on Reddit.
You told me
it's an incredibly informative place because there's a lot of people who know them.
Oh, really?
Who have been in related to their religion or live in that area. There's a lot of history that they're like, oh, well, I know, blah, blah, blah. So a lot of them are like, oh, you know, this was a long time coming, you know, whatever. But they have all these. So the Browns are on Cameo. You know that website where you can pay to have someone send you a video?
Like Captain Lee.
Yes, like Captain Lee.
And many others.
So women, people in this Reddit have been paying to have Christine do cameos for them.
And asking her questions?
And she's answering.
Oh, shut up.
She is.
I love it.
So she's just like,
she's
no.
like, you can pay me to spill the tea.
Exactly. So, and then they post them so we can all see. So she's like, I had a really long talk with McKelty, her daughter, who just had her first granddaughter. And she's like, is it really this easy? Because she's watching her husband and McKelty, you know, Tony and McKelty raise this baby together.
Yeah.
And he's actually doing things like changing diapers and taking care of the baby. And she's like, is it really this simple? She goes, yes, mother, it is. And she's like, is marriage really this fun? She goes, yeah, it's really this fun.
Yeah, right?
I think her daughters, Aspen and McKelty specifically, are just like, you have to get out of this. This is not healthy for you. We never see dad anyway. What does it matter? You know, like we're separated. And then people were paying Cody to do cameos, which why would you?
I don't know.
Asking them questions about polygamy, and he goes, I don't subscribe to polygamy, marry your soulmate, and be done with it.
Oh, really?
He's done. He's not going to practice polygamy anymore.
Which, okay, great. I'm really glad that he decided that now, after 30 years of dicking this women around.
Dicking them around.
Yeah, like literally having them be his slaves
and
in
you know,
every way.
A lot of people blame Robin for all of this. And
I don't.
It's really easy to do it because she
was the youngest and the last wife.
She came in so late. But here's the thing. Robin comes from, her mom was a second wife. She comes from a polygamous family. Her mom gave her great directions and instructions on how to be a polygamous wife.
Right.
And she did it.
Yeah.
And Cody was won over by it.
Yeah.
And he truly fell in love with her.
He did.
And then he realized, he's like, I don't love these other women like that. Like, I mean, I don't hate them, but I mean, this is completely different.
Yeah.
It's not Robin's fault that Cody's really bad at polygamy.
No.
Because really, if he was really good at polygamy, Robin would be no different than the rest of them.
Exactly.
But he clearly
favors her.
He lives with her. He raises her children. He has very little to do with the rest of the fam.
In fact, yeah, most of them said that they don't ever see him.
Unless like it's for filming.
He's like a stranger, yeah.
Yeah, and so to me it's like...
he's a dick when they are filming.
What sucks, though, is that what he's not doing, and we kind of understand this because our dad's is like this,
he won't sever the tie.
He doesn't want to have anything to do with the kids that he's done with the wives. Like the wife and the kid come together.
Right.
So if he's done with the wife, he doesn't really give a shit about the kid. I mean, he doesn't not love them.
Of course not.
But he's not really going to go out of his way.
I mean, I think they're just adults, and there's so many of them, and he's just like, you know what, they're living their lives.
And not one of them reaches out. Not one of them practices polygamy.
I think they all resent him, to be honest.
They should.
I think that they all are very well aware who their primary parent was. Yep. And they love their mothers. I mean, they do.
All the kids love Christine because she raised them.
She did.
She raised them.
She did. But I mean, even the ones, you know, even Janelle and Mary, you know, Mary, I feel bad for because she had so many fertility problems that she never got to have more children. I think that's one of the reasons why Cody kind of tossed her aside. I
agree.
Because she was useless to him. And
she couldn't continue to push his, you know, masculine agenda.
Right. Exactly. And I think the more wives he got, the more power he felt over all of them.
What was really hard to watch was when they were convinced by Cody that they all had to leave Vegas.
Yeah.
They all had to leave Vegas and go to this, apparently what had happened was that horrific Vegas shooting happened. Yeah. And Robin was like, my kids can't be here anymore. This is a terrible place. One of her daughters was getting into a worldly crowd.
Oh, whatever.
And so they're like, we got to get out of here. So they moved to somewhere in Arizona.
Yeah, in Arizona.
Flagstaff. And everybody else just had to go.
Like, yeah, you can,
Nobody even Mary was like, well, I'm going to stay. She like did not have a choice.
No.
They're like, no, you're coming.
I think part of it was the way they bought their houses. I think that, I don't know.
Oh, they had balloon payments coming.
They had balloon payments, and I don't know if they were all tied together somehow. Like, you know, like Cody's name was on things. From a financial standpoint, they were not able to.
Are going.
Yeah, like they were tied together.
It was the nail in the coffin. Yeah. Now nobody's
I'm
living
glad.
on the Oh my God. I mean, this whole thing. And so somebody was asking, do you think this will be the last season? I'm like, fuck no. They're going to film this thing till the wheels fall off.
They will.
We want to see the whole thing fall apart.
Yeah.
Before we let this family go. You know, they're going to watch Chris. They're going to follow Christine. Everybody's like, oh, they should just have a spinoff. And I'm like, oh no, they're not doing that. First of all, Cody's not going to let that happen. He's like, oh no, this is a cash cow because my wife left me. We're all making money.
Nobody wants to see a spinoff of just Christine. I'm sorry, this show is at minimal. You know, it's barely interesting as it is. You really have to have some kind of skewed, like we do, thing about polygamy and to find it interesting and all of that. That part of it that intrigued me to watch the show is over now.
And they talk about, we're here to show that polygamy is a good thing. It's like, well, that's done.
All that's done.
In fact, if TLC was smart, they'd be like, this ship has sailed.
They would, but
let's relegate them to a streaming channel.
They obviously have enough viewers that they felt it was worth it to renew the season. So
well, I think
I'll watch it.
I think it is because it is such a incredible hypocritical situation,
right?
And it doesn't matter how many wives there are.
Well, now it's just like a train wreck, you know.
It is crazy. Yeah. I hate that there are children involved. That bothers me a lot.
Yeah, I mean, the Robbins kids are the only ones that are little anymore.
Well, I mean, Christine has an 11-year-old.
She does?
Yeah, Truly is 11, and she
that's right.
This is her third move in 2 years.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
No, it's not.
To me. But I mean, she had to move her.
Well, now that she's done with him.
She's in Utah forever now.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that the kid will have the rest of her childhood.
I think Christine has 2 kids living with her. I think she has Truly, and I think Isabel is like 17.
The one that had the surgery.
Yeah, that's it. No, that one moved to North Carolina to live with Madison.
Did she?
She lives with Maddie. Because Janelle and Christine's kids are all like really super close. Tight. So I think and from what I heard, Janelle is she's not on the property anymore. She's
there
somewhere,
for the winter.
Whatever that means. So we'll see.
She looks so pathetic. I'm like, no, really?
I know. Why
don't you just ask Cody and Robin if you can live in their backyard?
When was the last time? When was the last time?
Can I just live here, please, and pretend I'm still for part of the family?
I'd be like, what? And at what point? I mean, who wants to live like that?
It's over.
When was the last time he played with your boobs?
I mean, it's probably been
years.
20 years.
Years.
It's like the first year we were married.
It's like, come on. Do you not think you deserve to get laid? Like, what the fuck? I can't with that mentality.
Well, Mary too, but I think Mary...
Oh, God. Mary's doing it out of spite. I feel like she's doing it just to torture him and Robin.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I mean, it's stupid, though, to me now. I'm like, he divorced you. He literally divorced you.
Literally divorced.
I'm like, you're hanging on like an old dog or something. I'm like, just don't.
Hard to watch.
Have you no pride, woman?
None.
I'm like, leave it alone.
It's really hard, but I will be there to watch.
I will. Yeah. I can't wait. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Just to see what's the what. But now, because
Top Chef is getting ready to come out, too. I'm really excited.
Where is it going to be?
Well, it's controversial, apparently, because they filmed it in Texas.
Oh, whatever.
There are people all over the internet like, I love this show. I have watched it faithfully. I refuse to watch it because I can't believe you guys would be so insensitive to film in Texas.
Because of the...
Padma, shame on you.
Because of the COVID thing?
I don't know if it's the COVID thing or if it's the abortion law or what it is.
Oh.
I honestly don't get it.
But they filmed this like a year ago.
I don't care if they filmed it yesterday.
In fact, I remember vividly, I think it was you or someone telling me it was in Texas. I go, oh yeah, because there's like literally no COVID laws there. They like nothing.
That makes sense to me.
That's why they went there.
But I don't know. I don't think that's the reason why people, I think it's the abortion thing.
Really?
I don't know. Honestly, they're not saying, they're just acting like we should all know what they're talking about.
I see.
But even so, I'm like, look, this is the United States.
You can do whatever the fuck you want.
You don't have to live there, okay, and abide by their laws and whatever the state adopts. That's true anywhere you go.
Yeah.
There are people who would never live in California because they hate how liberal we are.
Right.
And they think it's ridiculous. And they're like, I would never step foot in that state. So then don't.
Yeah.
But filming in a city or a state for
to
a
be
show, a cooking show.
That's silly.
How is that a political statement in any way? It's ridiculous.
Not. Well, and that's the other thing.
I personally was disappointed that they picked Texas because it's fucking boring there.
Well, it's all brown.
It's just boring. It's not beautiful. I'm like, we have some gorgeous states that they've never explored.
Beautiful. I mean, I wouldn't mind a Heartland episode or Heartland season.
I guess I would. You know,
there are parts of the middle of this country that are jaw-droppingly beautiful.
Why? You know, I mean, I guess I'm ready to see something a little different. I've watched, I think this is the 18th, if not 19th season of the show.
Yeah.
And I've yet to see them, you know, they always do the finale somewhere amazing.
Yeah, but
what about the whole show? Like the best they ever did, and they've done this more than once now. They filmed in, I think, LA twice. And I'm over LA.
It's so boring.
And maybe it's because I live here and I've been there a bunch of times and it's whatever. But I mean, like, why not film in Hawaii? Why not film in Florida? Why not film in, you know, somewhere gorgeous and sunny and tropical?
Yeah.
We have places like that here.
But you can do literally anything because every part of this country has a cuisine that is specific to it, which means there will be chefs that we've never heard of that will show up. I mean, it doesn't always have to be the same. Like, I know they did New York, I think, maybe once.
I don't even know if they ever did New York.
Well, they should. Because that's an amazing place.
They should.
I mean, Toronto, there's even places outside of the country.
They've done Atlanta. I mean, they've done the South thing many times. Yes. They've done Louisiana. I mean, they've done all of those because Southern food is amazing. And
I suppose I struggle with it myself.
Well, I've never been, but I've always wanted to try it.
I mean, I would go and try it. That's true. But everything is very heavy.
It is heavy.
It is. But anyway, regardless, I'm always looking forward to the next Top Chef. I love it. And you know what? Controversy makes it more popular. So
yeah, I don't really give a fuck where
I don't either. Whatever. I don't care. But I mean, is it going to be a bunch of barbecue?
I don't know.
Like,
I'm hoping not.
It's like we're going to all go to a farm where cows are.
You know, there's the Gulf, you know. And,
well, if they go that route, that could be interesting.
Yeah, and they usually do, like, you know, piddle around the state wherever it is that they're filming. They don't just stay in one city, but
I feel like it's going to be dusty.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't sound that exciting.
We're going to do an outdoor one. We're going to barbecue tomahawk steaks.
I mean, what about Chicago? Have they ever done Top Chef Chicago?
I don't know, but that sounds amazing.
Wouldn't it be though?
One of the best chefs in the world goes there.
Many. Rick Bayless is that other guy that. What's his name?
And not to be an asshole, but I mean, Napa would be all right.
They have done episodes in Napa,
They've
but
never
not
done a Top Chef Napa.
They did an episode in Napa.
That'd be okay
when they did Top Chef San Francisco.
I do like the idea of doing it on the islands, though. That would be amazing.
Yeah, they did a finale on Hawaii once.
No, they should.
And
do
it
the
was
whole
amazing.
Thing.
Yeah,
they could go from island to island.
Seriously,
and all the indigenous people would be happy to show.
I guess they have to film in the United States. I mean, maybe that's the show's shtick or whatever.
That makes sense.
But yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing. Like, what if they did Top Chef Japan or like?
I think they have
Top
international
Chef Australia. They do. You're right. They have spin-off
Although
shows.
I will say that a Top Chef international competition would be
awesome.
Like sick.
Yeah.
Like one top chef from every country.
I really hope that whoever they choose this year for the cast, are humble people. They've gotten the pedigree has gotten so high.
It has.
That literally, and so these people are so accomplished by the time they come to Top Chef.
Yep.
That it's almost like, you know, I mean, I kind of liked the grassroots thing they used to do, where they were up and coming chefs. They did have some pedigree. They weren't like, you know, schlums or whatever, but they weren't so famous already in their own right.
Yeah.
That coming to Top Chef was just something else to check off their list.
Man, well, I do love the cooking shows, and we are obsessed with Top Chef. Do you watch The Voice?
No.
Okay.
I did. I've watched many seasons of it. I just am not watching it right now.
Well, Daryl and I watch it, and
I start getting burned out.
Like you do get burned out. Well, Ariana Grande is on this season,
yes.
and I'm obsessed with her. So we were watching it, and the top 13 have happened.
Okay.
And so I gotta tell you, there's not that many good ones. I mean,
really?
there's one trio called a girl named Tom. And they're gonna win it.
Is it a girl band?
It's a trio, because you know how The Voice lets duos or trios, as long as they harmonize, and everyone can sing.
Yes.
This is the first trio ever that I've seen on this show that is legitimately good, and doesn't crack under the pressure, and they're actually very good. And so, and I told Daryl last night, I'm like, they're gonna win. They're gonna win it.
Really,
There's
that
no
good?
one better than them. No one. Everybody else looks like karaoke singers. And now there are some beautiful voices for sure.
I mean, there always are,
but they're all the same.
But I
they're
mean,
all
the
same. I know it's like they pigeonhole everybody. They go, okay, here's our bald young girl. Here's our country singer. Here's our big black guy. Here's our Baptist singer.
It's like we've all seen that a million times.
And but the problem is that what it attracts is what it attracts, and it's because of who the judges are. Right. And it is what it is.
They try to find, somebody to align with. Yeah. And that will pick them.
It. And the fact that there are some judges who won't even turn around when they hear a voice because they know, they're totally Ariana, or they're country, or whatever. Right. That's annoying.
Yeah.
They need to kind of mix it up a little bit. So it's like the fact that I can figure out who's going to win and we still have like 5 weeks to go. It's like bored.
That sucks.
So
I just watch it, but I
do watch it, but I fast forward through all of it. So
yeah. Well, on shows like that, if you've watched them as long as you've been watching that show, you almost kind of, the last 3 or 4 episodes are really the ones you're looking forward to.
That's it. And thank God for DVR. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm watching Below Deck right now too.
Do you DVR it so you have to fast?
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's no way. I mean,
I have to. I cannot watch that show with Jerry. I cannot watch most things with Jerry.
Does he have a lot of comments?
Because he won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, wait, what happened? Wait, where? I'm like, then stay in the room and watch it and keep your yapper closed.
Shut it. Listen.
It's a reality show. You can't afford to sit here and talk through the whole thing because you won't know what the hell's going on.
We can post recap after.
Right.
I'll answer all questions following the show.
So sometimes if it comes on at the time that it's airing, he'll have it on thinking he's going to watch it. I'll catch glimpses of it, but I always watch my DVR version the next day when I'm alone and I can focus and watch the whole thing.
100%.
And fast forward through the commercials.
Oh my God. Thank God for DVR. Yes. Okay, it's time for our Ugly and Awkward Moments of the Week.
Okay. Grocery store. I had a very busy day, so I've been running around nonstop since 6 a.m. And I dropped the kid off at school. It's minimum day. I had a very short period of time to be back at school to pick him up, and then I had parent-teacher conference, so I had to run to the grocery store to pick up a handful of essentials that I had to have today. So I go to the grocery store. I'm immediately annoyed because there's way too many people there for a Tuesday morning. And I go inside. I'm very much in a mode of get what I need and get out of there, right? And so I'm got my basket. I'm going for it. I know what aisles I need to be in. No one's in my way so far. I come around to go to the pet aisle. And there is a woman who is, I don't know if this matters, but it matters in this moment.
She's larger for
She was large. She was a little bit older. She was leaning very heavily over her cart, like she was using it as a crutch. It was like holding her whole body weight up.
Sure.
And she was in no hurry to do anything. I'm not sure if she was there and the husband was down the aisle she was blocking, or because not only was she blocking the aisle, but she was blocking the walkway to even get around that aisle or anywhere around her. It was just in it was in a spot where everyone needed to kind of go no matter where you were going in the store.
Jesus Christ.
Because it's at the end of an aisle and it's out protruding into the store.
Right.
So I see her. I really didn't give it a second thought as far as directing my individual hatred towards her per se.
No,
she was just an obstacle I needed to get around
immediately,
and there was no way I was taking a moment to think twice about just snapping around her.
Right.
So I snapped around her. I don't even know what that means, but I went around her quickly.
Did not hit her,
but I probably came close enough to where
felt a breeze on her moo-moo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Close enough to where she looked over her shoulder like, what was that? And then she sees me, and I have a very determined look up. I'm not even looking back. I'm just literally going to where I'm going. And she's like, God, or something like that. And it was just something about it, because I guess I was subconsciously really annoyed that she was there, but I wasn't going to waste any energy on it. So until she said that, and then I turned around, I looked at her, I go, well, move. And it was loud. It was very direct. And I had that shit look on my face, like, you fucking bitch, move. And
she's like, what?
She looked at me, she goes, you move, bitch. And I was like, I think I just did, around your fat ass.
Oh, God.
And I didn't say that, but I said, well, you're right in the middle of the fucking lane, bitch. And that's what I said to her.
Yeah.
And then I just kept walking.
And she's like spouting off.
I could hear her long after I'm far.
Right.
I mean, we weren't like, it's the grocery store. We weren't a mile apart. I could still hear her calling me a bitch. Like, I don't know how many times she said it or whatever.
Yeah.
I think she was really hoping and praying for a reaction.
Did she whip out her phone to record
Probably.
You know, here's the thing.
Had there not been a small child, very small child, right in front of me when this happened, it would have been on like Donkey Kong.
It would have been, Well, you know what's funny is when you tell me all this, you are completely justified. I would have had your back, Jack.
Well,
like there's no doubt in my mind. Like, pardon me, one moment.
Yeah, it would have been so much easier if I would have had a partner because,
Oh my God. Well, and that's the thing that's why it's ugly because everything you're telling me, I'm like, you're completely justified. In fact, I would have taken it to the next level.
I know.
And
you
so,
would have.
Yeah. Totally, easily.
Although I don't know if the staring toddler would have deterred you.
The staring toddler would have deterred me in the sense that I would have kept my voice down when I walked by and called her a fucking cunt.
Yeah.
Other than that, and I'd be like, come chase me. I bet you can't. I mean, I would have been horrible. But then again, I'd be like, and then you'd be like, I just have to stop here, Stat Jamie.
Well,
like,
that was, and as discussed, that was part of my lack of reaction was because this is my neighborhood store.
Right, you can't be completely
and I didn't want to be known. I didn't want to have to not go there for a week or two.
Sometimes aggression is needed.
Okay, here's the thing. Regardless if she thinks she got the best of me because she got to call me a bitch like 2 whole times.
She did not.
Right. She was so much more offended by what I said to her than anything that she got out of me by calling me a bitch. I mean, I'm like, lady, I have been called so much worse.
Oh my God.
I'm like, please.
Would you like to meet my mother?
Yeah. I look in the mirror every day and I'm like, bitch, it's on. Yeah. So I'm like, calling me a bitch is like,
in fact, that's my middle name.
I literally don't give a fuck.
It was funny. I was thinking, I posted that the other day. I'm just like, please, I don't give a shit what anybody says about me. My mom roasts me 10 times worse than this.
Right.
People used to try to verbally bully me, which is hilarious. They try to, and I would laugh at them. I'm like, waste. You are so stupid. You have no idea where I come from, and this is rookie play.
Right.
Go away, learn some bad words, and maybe put together a declarative sentence that might possibly penetrate feelings.
Some sort of my
psyche. But at this point, you're done.
Yeah. So much so.
Bitches, I don't even hear it. Like, I don't even.
Yeah, I didn't. I literally, it didn't even make me mad. Like, it didn't even. I was still more mad that her fat ass was in the way. That's what I was mad about.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
Like, call me whatever you want. You're right. And I did as I continued to shop, and I told you this. I delayed. I was in a hurry until then. Then all of a sudden, I'm like, let me meander a little slowly over to the salads, and maybe, oh no, she won't be in the salad aisle.
You better go to the cereal aisle.
I better go to the cereal aisle, the cookie aisle. But yeah, so I literally kind of meandered around. I tried not to look obvious. I tried to pretend I was still shopping and looking at products.
She made a beeline out of there.
I don't know, but I was praying that her and I came face to face in a more secluded area of the grocery store.
And I will only tell you this because I've done this. I have run women out of the store. One time I was at Trader Joe's and I was trying to find a parking spot, and this fucking bitch cut me off and took my parking spot. Now, that doesn't happen very often to me.
No, because it's...
Well, no one normally does that.
They're usually not so obvious about it.
Apparently, it happens a lot at Costco, but I don't give a shit. Whatever. But it happened at Trader Joe's, and those parking lots at Trader Joe's are impossible to navigate anyway. So when someone cuts you off, it's close. So I
hate that parking lot.
So I calmly park somewhere else because I'm not going to honk and go, you asshole.
What's the point?
No, I'm like, that's all right. I know where you're going.
We're both going into Trader Joe's.
That's right. So I parked. She's walking.
And she's going to assume that you're just going to pretend that didn't happen and not.
I didn't.
And act like you don't care.
I didn't.
No,
actually.
Of course
it's funny that you said that. In my mind, I'm like, I have one mission. I have one mission going into the store, and that's to scare this lady. So I walked in, got my basket, and she saw me, and she's all, oh, because it's like, I'm clearly
here's the thing.
person.
Yeah, I have to say this. I have to interject. The reason why I'm laughing so hard about this is because my sister has mastered this from birth.
I know.
She used to do it to me.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I deserved it. I am 100% sure I deserved it. And I did other things. I was evil on my own.
You were evil.
Totally. But I find it funny now because now I don't have to worry about that myself.
No.
But I think it's hilarious that she still does it to other people.
Yes, where I can intimidate just by existing.
And it's kind of fun.
It's weird, too, because I don't even know that because I haven't had to use that skill in a really long time.
I wonder.
I've I've had people tell me, like, you're just intimidating when you walk in the room. It's like, who is this?
So true.
So I walked into the store.
And God forbid you're on the wrong end of
the electricity of that store when I walked in. It was like, I looked like, in Big Trouble in Little China?
Yes.
The bad guys that have lightning coming out from under their hat.
I hate that movie because they scare me.
Okay, well, those guys, that's what it was like. I had lightning coming out from under my hat and on my hands. And she saw me, she's like, holy shit.
Like, oh no, I remember.
She pretended to get on her phone. And
that's an old trick.
I'm literally just shopping.
Like, I don't give a fuck.
But I'm like, I see you. And I did give her some eye contact at one point, and I see her, and she literally left the store.
Oh, good.
Literally left the store.
Well, I hope I ruined your day, because now you have to go somewhere else to get your...
Or you have to wait.
Right.
Or whatever. I'm just like,
It was inconvenient.
Idiot.
I hope your parking spot was worth it, bitch.
Oh my God. I've never been so pleased in my life. I came home and I said, I did a good thing today. And Daryl's like, what'd you do? I'm like, I scared a lady. He's like, wait, what?
Out of the store.
Out of the store. It was awesome.
That's
One
so
less
funny.
person in that crowded store.
Oh my God, so
okay,
funny.
no, my awkward moment is this. The other night, Daryl and I were watching TV or whatever, and he's like, I need a nightcap. Now, I'll tell you after the show, it's nothing major, but we've been under a lot of stress.
Okay.
And so we had a double nightcap night, which is a lot for us because we drink whiskey, and whiskey's hardcore.
Yeah. Like, I'm getting sleepy from the cocktail we had.
I know, right? And so
it was really good though.
Daryl was playing his game with his friend. They were playing Call of Duty. And I was sitting on the couch looking at TikTok, and I'm like, the dogs were upset, and I'm like, God, it's like 10:30. They need to get fed, whatever. So I get up and I go outside and grab a flashlight because it's dark, and I'm like, I'm going to feed you. So I have to go out to the shed, and it's dark out there. So I have my flashlight and I'm walking. I get their food and everything, and I turned around and I had the flashlight down, and the dogs were looking at me like, oh, thank God you're feeding us. I ran right into a tree branch.
Oh.
Hardcore.
I thought it was going to be another dead rat story.
No.
Like, oh, no.
Hardcore. Ran into a tree branch. I have a...
ow!
I scratched my shoulder, and I had a cut on my forehead.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like... I didn't even feel it, though. Thank God.
But still, well, you knew you did it,
Well, I knew I did. I was like, no! And I felt like I ran into a fence or something. I'm like, what the hell?
So what'd you do?
Where did this tree come from?
Right? Did you pause and wait and compose yourself before you went back in?
I did. And then I fed the dogs, and they're...
You didn't tell Daryl what you did?
He had his earphones on. He doesn't care when he's killing things. He doesn't.
Oh.
Him and his friend play Muddy Jungle.
Right.
Him and his friend Josh, they play.
Jeff's not old enough to play that game yet.
It's too violent. He can't.
No.
Although Daryl will tell me, he goes, when I get owned by an 11-year-old, I just mute my microphone so they don't know that I'm a man, because I don't want to let them know that they beat an old guy.
Well, you know what the thing is I bet you if I allowed him to play games like that, he would be my son.
Oh, I'm sure.
God. I mean, I know I'm not the only one. I'm like, oh, my son is better than all of your other children. No. I get little kids in general.
Yes, they're very, very...
Did I spit on you?
No.
Okay. They're masterful.
They're very good at tech.
They're quick, and their little hands are fast.
Yes.
And I mean, Jesus, Lord.
Yes, it's true. No, please. Daryl has tried so hard to improve on this game that he takes his work computer screen and brings it to the front room so that he can really see, because his friend told him, he's like, why are you playing on your TV? You're missing stuff. You got to get a bigger screen so you can see everything. So now he sits there in the living room.
Oh, you know what? Oh, I wish he didn't produce the show. Okay, I'll say it afterwards.
Okay. Anyway, so that was my awkward moment. I ran into a tree branch, right?
Well, fun.
My own backyard.
I've definitely done things like that before myself. I have tripped and fallen on my knees.
Well, you see my arms. I mean, I look like I have a disease.
Jamie refuses to allow anybody in her home to eat microwave popcorn.
No, I don't. It's bad
for
you.
Yeah, she's like, it's bad for you, and for God's sakes, make your own popcorn. It's so easy. And now this woman is burned, like second-degree burns.
I look like I have a
from
disease.
Popcorn.
You'll be like, why do you have these lesions on your arms?
I know.
Like,
do you have something to tell me?
I'm a hippie, and I just refuse to make regular microwave popcorn. It's bad for you. You can get popcorn lung.
By the way, did you get your turkey yet?
Yes.
You did?
I had to. I was afraid we weren't going to get one.
I'm kind of afraid that of myself. I think I might go. I mean, they're not even on sale. Why am I being so cheap about this? I've never paid full price for a turkey in my life.
You know, it's just that because I don't think there's going to be a problem, honestly. We went to Costco and they had tons.
They have tons at Safeway
They have tons at Bel Air. They have tons at all the grocery stores.
But
have
they're
a bunch.
$2.50 a pound.
We did pay a lot more than we normally would. But you know, initially we're like, oh, we should get this big organic. Blah blah.
Did you get it at Costco? We
did get it at Costco, and I'm mad at myself now. Well, it was 99 cents a pound.
That's cheap.
Yeah, that was cheap.
I would gladly pay 99 cents a pound. Of course, Mother would be like, I wait till they're 39 cents a pound.
Winco even has them, and they're like 60 cents a pound.
That's cheap.
There are turkeys. I mean, they're trying to scare people, and I'm just like, no, there's
I'm not falling for that. No, I see them. I see them, but every year, from the dawn of time, my store has always been like, spend $25, get a turkey for 59 cents a pound.
Right.
But right now, no one's doing that, and I'm like,
no,
okay, it's a week away, or however long away it is.
They're not. Yeah, they're not going to do that this year. I don't.
So I guess I'm just gonna have to like actually
have to buy one
down $50.
It was like 40 something.
Yeah, that's just how much they are.
Okay, well, that's the show, but we are taking a break for Thanksgiving.
Yay!
Which I'm super excited about.
Not yay for the break, but yay for Thanksgiving.
Yes. Oh my God, it's our favorite holiday.
My favorite. Yeah.
And then you and I will be back next time. We'll recap our Thanksgiving. We'll talk about Christmas
so
and whatever.
Excited.
And a new cocktail of the week.
Oh, I can't wait. This is literally my favorite feature ever.
I love the show now.
I know. No. I always love the show, but I mean,
know.
God, this is just bonus. Are you kidding me?
I love it. All right.
And Daryl, I'm sorry to say, but you have set the bar very high, young man.
He has.
So how are you going to top this?
I don't know,
today?
but this was delicious.
Because I don't know. You better be researching between now and the next 2 weeks.
I agree. I can't wait.
Did he do trial runs or anything?
He did not.
Oh, wow.
No,
brave.
But he's like, well, what do you think about this or that? I go, please don't spoil it for me. I don't want to know. Don't tell me. He goes, well, what? No.
He's going to have to power up with someone else.
You just have to do it. Just do it. He goes, well, do you like this or that? I'm like, I will try anything you make.
Me too. Even if it was whiskey, I would try it. I mean, I know he's not going to do that,
no,
but
he's not.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not opposed to anything. I will literally try anything.
The only thing that I don't want to try is anything eggnoggy.
I'm not a huge fan.
Not a big fan of the milk thing.
Yeah, anything that's going to make my... Yeah, no.
I'm not a fan of the cream-based
I'm really
beverages.
not either. I mean,
No cream de menthe. No.
Oh, no. That's like drinking NyQuil, the original version.
Yeah,
the green one that nobody drinks.
Well, I'm excited to find out, and I'm sure we'll have much more to talk about when we come back.
Indeed.
All right.
Bye.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Indeed.
Bye.